In this video, I'm going to teach you how to build a basic bedroom studio for your music recording projects, starting with all the equipments you need to invest in. Also, at the end of the video, I am going to show you some additional tips if you are thinking of using this space to record your YouTube videos as well. Stick around. What's up everyone, my name is Cheng and I am a freelance guitarist right here in Singapore. I make videos to help aspiring musicians to get into the game easier and start making music as their career. For this video, it will be broken down into a few parts. I'm going to show you the equipments that you need to invest in, some additional equipments that you might want to consider purchasing to improve the quality of your music recordings. In light of the COVID-19, I've seen an increasing number of people wanting to invest in basic recording equipment. This can be for live streaming, recording music covers, and also just plainly jamming at home. But as always, before you just throw all your money away, you need to do a bit of research, and I'm gonna give you some tips on what I've learned over the past few years. The key question you have to ask yourself is this: what is the purpose of creating this studio? Now, I can think of a few reasons actually. You want to start doing recording projects with your friends, you want to live stream your own performance, or you want to start your own YouTube channel like this. I'll get to that at the end of the video. Assuming you want to create this bedroom studio to do both recording projects and live streaming, these are the equipment that you definitely need. Now, I've reached out to the guys at AVL Direct here in Singapore and they've kindly sent me their recording package for me to show you guys. AVL Direct is an online store for all your audio visuals need right here in Singapore. For those of you who want to shop online for their bedroom studio purchases, AVL Direct offers a customized bundle where you can select each of the equipment you want and they will package it and deliver it to you. Anyway, there are a few equipments that you definitely need. Number one, audio interface. Now, this is your main sound card for all your recording projects. It looks like this, okay? I am using an Audion ID14. You could use whatever you want. The main things you need to look out for in an interface is whether they have microphone inputs, instrument inputs, phantom power, the ability to adjust the gain for each input, and the ability to monitor your sound. These are the basic stuff that comes with the interface. The way to connect your interface is through a USB cable that should be provided with your interface when you purchased it. Some interfaces have Firewire or even Thunderbolt, but USB is the most common one so far. Some interfaces also come with a power supply like mine. Number two, laptop. This is your primary source of editing and recording. You need this computer to be able to process and edit your audio in your DAW, digital audio workstations like Logic Pro or Pro Tools. Please also make sure that your computer has the right ports too, like, basic things like USB. Shout out to all the Apple users out there, poor people. Number three, studio microphones. I'll tell you one thing for sure. There are tons of studio microphones out there in the world and you can't possibly try every single one of them. For this video, I'm just gonna try out two specific microphones from SE Electronics sent by my friends at AVL Direct. They are the X1S and the X1A large diaphragm condenser microphone. Wow, they are of different prices, but at the end of the day, it's really up to you to research on a microphone that you want based on your budget. Studio microphones are mainly condenser microphones. Depending on which microphone you get, sometimes it comes with a shock mount, but in this case, we are just gonna use the regular mic clip that comes with the microphone. Condenser microphones will need to be powered up through a 48-volt phantom power that your interface should have, okay? Today, we are looking at the X1S and the X1A. These are large diaphragm condenser microphones, and they are great for vocals and some instruments tracking, so I think these are versatile microphones to have from the start. The X1S and the X1A both have a cardioid pickup pattern, And they have on-microphone controls such as padding and high-pass filters. The cardioid pickup pattern is arguably one of the most common pickup pattern out there, and it's really good for vocal recordings. The on-microphone controls like padding helps when you are recording very loud instruments like the guitar amplifier up close. The high-pass filter is essentially to cut away your lower frequencies. Okay, you can choose between two different levels of low cut for these two microphones. This is the X1S at its natural state. There's nothing being processed, no vocal processing. Whatever you're hearing is only by gain level, okay? So no low pass is being triggered, no padding is being done. So this is the setting number 1. This is the flat setting. This is setting number 2. Setting number 2. Flat setting. Setting number 1. This is the X1A at its natural state. No vocal processing is done. Low cut, low cut, low cut, low cut, low. Number 4. Cables. To connect your microphone to your interface, you need an XLR cable. It's quite distinct as it has 3 pins right at the bottom of each end. The pointy ends will be called the male, and the end with all the holes will be called the female. So you'll need to connect the female end of the XLR into your microphone, and then the male end of your cable goes into your interface. My suggestion is to invest in a few short cables, like 3 meters to 10 meters long if you need. You never know when you might just break it. To connect your instruments to your interface directly, you need a 1/4 inch cable. This is also called the instrument cable. It looks like this with the tips. Remember the tip, okay? Sometimes you might end up with the wrong cable and it might result in you having no sound to your instrument. If you find that there are some hum in your instruments during the course of recording, you might want to invest in something called a DI box as well. This converts your line signal into your microphone signal, which will be connected by another XLR cable. Number 5, microphone stand. This is a no-brainer actually, but you could invest in a sturdy one like the Hercules one that I have, that I use it for all my live shows out there, or you can invest in a tabletop boom arm, which at the end of the day is clipped to your table if you're trying to, save space. Please make sure your stands are secured tightly every time so that your microphone won't stand a chance of dropping halfway through your recordings. At this point in time, I hope you're enjoying and learning something from my video. If you do, please help me hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm to actually notice me somehow, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much in advance. Moving on to number 6, pop filter. This little stick webby looking thing you see in most recording videos, and what this does is that it eliminates the popping sound coming out from your voice. It gets irritating sometimes when you are recording vocals and in between takes you hear the p, right, this is the p. It annoys me and it should annoy you too. Okay, from now on it should annoy you. So this pop filter is attached to the microphone stand and it should be relatively close to the microphone, and you should just sing through it. Number 7, DAW, Digital Audio Workstation. The industry standard is definitely Pro Tools, and I've been using Logic Pro for many years and have grown accustomed to it already. For me, I open up Logic Pro and I'm able to edit and mix my sessions relatively fast thanks to the many years of experiences. So the bottom line is this, okay? Get a DAW and you should be able to enjoy it, and make sure to learn everything you can about the DAW, because technicalities might just be the one improving your mix in the future. Number 8, studio monitors, headphones or in-ear monitors. With every recording, you need a way to hear what you're recording or mixing, so investing in studio monitors or headphones is a good start. Like this pair of Sennheiser headphones, it has padded cushions, which is comfortable for your ears and it actually sounds really good. Studio headphones sometimes require a converter to be able to be plugged right into your interface to monitor your sound. If you asked me to rank the items to purchase in terms of hearing back your audio, I'll say the top priority on your list should always be a pair of studio headphones, followed by a pair of studio monitoring speakers. The reason is because whenever you're recording vocals, you need to be able to hear yourself in a lower volume, and if you have speakers blasting out the instrumental track or the click track when you're recording your vocals, it will be captured by your vocal microphone. Also, you want to make sure that you lower your headphone volume during recordings so that the instrumental or the click tracks doesn't get leaked into the microphone. Okay, I basically covered all the basic things you need in order to start your little bedroom music studio. I'm now going to show you an additional item that you might want to consider investing in. Completely optional. In order for you to sound good, sometimes you see that people recommend you to treat your room acoustically. This involves having additional money spent into buying those studio quality foams to improve on the quality of the recording space. But these foams are actually usually very expensive to invest in. So in order to not break your wallet, there's this thing called the reflection filter. This basically blocks out the back of the microphone where sound is being reflected here and there in your room, and it makes sure that your microphone is only picking up your vocals. I have this reflection filter from SE Electronics as well, so I'm going to show you how it sounds. You are hearing the X1S through a pop filter as well as a reflection filter at the back. Okay, here are some bonus tips. If you are planning to use this space to start your own YouTube channel, you might want to consider investing in these video equipment that are essential to make your videos decent enough. As much as you want to sound good, you also have to think about how you look presentable to your audience online. The first thing you need to invest in is a good enough point and shoot camera. I have been using the Canon G7X where it has a flip screen. This basic feature of the camera includes face detection, which is good when you're moving around the frame. I shoot it at basic settings, 25 FPS because PAL, at 1080p, which is your HD resolution. My shutter speed is usually 2 times my FPS, so it's 1/50. Also, I'm using the widest aperture to try to get my background to be blur. I'm also using the lowest ISO settings possible. In order for your ISO to be as low as possible, you need to be bright enough. So I invested in this softbox, right? This has 5 lighting sockets inside. So I bought 5 IKEA light bulbs E27 and stuck them inside. The softbox helps with lighting my face with a softer look so that my skin don't look that horrible than it already is. You can easily find this anywhere online, and as usual, read the reviews first. I have my white balance set to daylight, sometimes it's custom white balance because I don't want the colors to keep changing. You will never know, Yeah, I usually place my light somewhere at the side of my face so that it creates a shadow at a certain part of my face. I just try to be cinematic, but I know I'm nowhere close yet. Of course, you need a tripod. Duh. Anyway, we have come to the end of the video. I honestly hope that I've helped you out in your musical journey. If you have enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, comments, press the bell, and I will see you for the next video. Bye-bye. Ice, ice, icicles. Pop, pop, popsicles. Test, test, testing 1, 2. Where's my headphone? You need a 1/4-inch cable. Jialat. Actually, this is a decent mic to have, guys. Alright. Number 4. Oh, that's 8. Number 4. Okay, the only thing that you have to take note is that you have to start cleaning this part of the windshield so that all your salivas can be taken away. Okay? Hygiene, guys.